Ladies and gentlemen, it is WrestleMania weekend. Woo! WrestleMania 41 is here. So we're going to take a look at these matches from WrestleMania 41 Night 1. I got my friend Erik on the line with me. Erik, how are you doing? And he's one of my best friends. So come on, Erik, how are you, man?
Oh, I'm good. Thanks for having me on the show. I'm really excited about the WrestleMania show this weekend. I'm ready to get some predictions underway here, and let's see who's going to win these matches. I think we both have a pretty good idea about this.
Yes, I agree. Okay, so I'm looking at this card right now. Gunther versus Jay Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. Who's going to win this match?
Oh man, well I'm really thinking that it's just going to be Jay's time to shine
Okay,
here. I definitely think it's that moment. I know there's like a lot of online controversy about him right now and whatnot, but
right.
I think it's just his time right now, and even if he doesn't have like a long reign with the belt, I just think that they're just going to give him this moment to win the match,
Right.
and I don't think it's going to be like a super long match. I
I
think it's
don't.
actually going to be the opener.
Right. That's what I'm thinking as
Yeah, go
well.
ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
I
I.
think
No. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
I think
Stu.
it's gonna be. Yeah. I think it's gonna be the opener. Because I know he's just gonna be eating on everybody, and
Right.
you know, and, everybody's just gonna be getting all hype and stuff. So it's like the perfect way to like start WrestleMania.
Right.
And I definitely think I think it's probably gonna be like a 15-minute match, something like that.
Right.
And I think it's definitely his time. So what do you
Listen.
think?
Listen. I agree with you 100%. Jay Uso has to win this match, and I think that WWE, they're going to let him run with the ball. Even if it's for a few months, even if it's up until SummerSlam. But if he
Yeah.
doesn't win, that's going to make him look so weak, and it just would not make any sense to me because the buildup was, with Jay Uso and Gunther is okay. Can Jay Uso overcome Gunther, this wrestler, this guy who's been so dominant in the WWE?
Right.
And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, did Gunther beat Jay Uso twice?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, so I think this is the rubber match here
Right.
between the two of them. But here's the big thing too with this story is like you said, if Jay Uso loses this match, then like he's done, right?
He
Like he's
exactly
I don't know where else he can go from here. But
right.
if Gunther loses this match, like it's no big deal because
It,
he's going to be back in the world championship picture in some capacity.
100%.
So or even if he just goes back to like even like an intercontinental championship run or something again, like like he's just going to be involved some way with somebody in a high stakes situation. So
Right.
I'm not worried about him losing this match. Like he's
Same.
not going anywhere. So like that's the thing, right? So
Same. 100%. All right. So we have
all
the
right,
next
cool.
match that is the War Raiders versus the New Day for the tag team
Uh,
championship, the World Tag Team Championship. Who do you have for this?
oh, to be honest with you, man, like out of the two nights of this show, this is probably the one match I just care about the least.
I agree.
Besides like maybe the other tag team match, I think maybe the New Day just takes it because they have this whole like heel run thing going on, and I don't know how much longer the New Day has in
Okay.
terms of like longevity wise. And the War Raiders are like cool; they're a good team, but they're
Okay.
just not really like doing it. Like they're just really doing anything.
Right.
Like with these championships, they're just like there. Like I don't know
I
how to explain exactly. So I don't know. I just don't like. I wish this match was replaced with like Chelsea Green
I
or
yeah,
something.
I agree.
You know,
I mean I agree with that.
because yeah,
I,
because like this is a match that should be on Raw. Like this shouldn't be like on WrestleMania. Like I don't know.
true.
So
I mean true. I
but
mean
yeah,
100%. But the thing is, I'm
yeah.
going to disagree with you on this one. I think the
Mm-hmm.
War Raiders are going to win this match.
Oh
And
sure, yeah, yeah.
and now the reason why, because the War Raiders, since they returned what, like a couple months ago, and there
Right,
was
right,
some, WWE, the way that they, like the presentation, like the change in their presentation and the direction of their characters. It seemed like when they returned and when they won the World Tag Team Championships or championship, it seemed like that WWE was trying to do something with them. They, had some, really good matches versus the Judgment Day and Chad Gable's team, but the build up to this has been horrible. There's been no build up. They're just having this match. So I think the War Raiders, I think that WWE is going to give them the win, and I feel like with the New Day, because they are bad guys now, it will not hurt them. But then once again,
right.
I could see the New Day winning this. So I'm kind of like in the middle, but if I have to predict, I'm going to go with the War Raiders. So we shall
Yeah,
see.
no,
We shall see. This is another
yeah.
match I'm not crazy about because I feel like with
See,
Cody and Xavier, when they had that segment with Big E, that was a great promo, and I thought that WWE was going to do more with the New Day and just have
agreed.
them just really be brutal and just vicious. And I feel like we didn't really get that so far. So I don't. I'm not really sure. So we shall see.
Yeah, they just kind of turned them into like whiners, not
Yeah,
really like bad.
yeah, exactly.
You know, but like, yeah, I definitely see your point, and I love the War Raiders going back to their original name, and I
Right.
think they're great performers.
They are.
This is like has nothing to do with all four of these guys as performers. I think they're all good.
Right.
It's just like you said, the build up is just trash. Like
Right.
they're not doing like they're just there, you know. So, but yeah, I think that's just the way it's gonna go.
Right. I get you 100%. Okay, now we have this match: Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. Not Chad Gable. It's unfortunate that Chad
Uh,
Gable's not going to be there, but El Grande Americano. Who do you have for
yeah,
that?
this is going to be a quick, fast-paced match. I think.
Okay,
I think you're probably looking at like maybe a 10-minute match here.
I
This
agree.
is like this is very reminiscent to me of like when I don't know if I'm sure you remember this match, but it was SummerSlam of '02, I believe it was,
Okay.
and Rey Mysterio and Kurt Angle opened that match,
Yes.
and it's considered like one of the best openers like of all
Okay.
time.
Yes.
I think that's going to be the similar style here. I think it's just going to be a lot of just quick holds, quick runs, a lot of moving around. These are two guys that are really good in the ring.
Right.
Ray's continuing to do his thing at his age of 50 at this point.
Yeah, 52, 53,
Um,
one of them.
so obviously the whole story behind this is this whole like Chad Gable's like a luchador thing,
Right.
I think the whole thing is obviously everyone will finally realize that it is Chad Gable,
Right.
and I think he's definitely going to win this match. Obviously, I think,
Right.
and I just think it's the only direction to really go. So yeah, I'm going with Chad Gable / Nacho Libre.
It's not. I'm telling you, man. That's not Chad Gable. That's El Grande Americano. Come on. Nah. I
Yeah.
agree 100%. Chad Gable is he has to win. He has to win. He has to win. Let me see if I can get it out right. Yeah. So I am predicting that Chad Gable will win. I'm hoping that they will push Chad Gable because he is just really talented, and it's just time to just push his character in a new direction. And so this could be, the stepping stone or whatever, where they can just move him in a new direction because he is really good.
I agree, and you know what I wish they would do is at this point is, and I know they've got an abundance of championships right now,
They
but
definitely do.
I think at this point they really need to bring back the cruiserweight championship.
You know
I
what? That
mean,
would be nice.
yeah, like get rid of like, do they still have that speed thing going on? Like
They
get rid of that, and then just like make a cruiserweight championship, and you could really get some of these guys like Chad Gable, and now you've got Ray Phoenix, right? And now
right,
you've
true.
got like
Penta,
Penta and Carmelo Hayes.
true, yeah.
You can really Like, these are guys that would really benefit, I think, from like a cruiserweight situation. Like, instead of this match, I
Right?
would love to see like a 6-pack like cruiserweight ladder match.
That would
You
be
know, like
that would have been cool.
that would be so much fun to watch, right?
I agree.
Let's see what. You know, maybe this is like a stepping stone towards that. So maybe we'll see what happens. You know.
Yeah, we shall see. Okay, next up, Jade Cargill versus Naomi. 1-on-1. Who do you think's going to win this?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this match. Actually,
Same.
I'm really liking this whole like heel swerve turn with Naomi.
So am I.
You know, she definitely needed a refresh, and this is
100%.
good for her. But I think they need to you know, they need to make Jade look strong here. You know, Naomi's been with the company for a long time,
Right.
and you know, this I like Jey Uso. I think this is Jade Cargill's time to shine. You know, the company's invested a lot into her.
True.
And I think this is her final, big moment here. You know, where she can really get things moving. So
right.
I'm going Jade all the way here. I think it's gonna be a good match. I don't think it's going to be that long, but I think it's going to be a good match. I do think Jade will win. So
okay, I get that. You know what? This match, what I'm thinking Jade that she will win and that she should win. I mean, she really should win.
Right.
But
Right.
I'm also thinking of the story, and I'm thinking like, is Bianca Belair the mastermind? Behind Jade being attacked. So I'm thinking about that as well. So I'm thinking if the only reason that Jade, if she loses this match, the only reason would be if Bianca Belair got involved, just to prolong that story. But I think Jade. But if Bianca Belair gets involved, I'm thinking Naomi. So I'm like kind of in the middle.
Yeah, I haven't even like really thought about that because
Right.
I know like has the whole championship thing going on. But is
Right.
that match supposed to be night 2, right?
That is night 2, that match.
All right, so maybe she does get involved somehow because there was a little bit of that tonight on SmackDown. Like there was a little bit of like the three championship ladies were going at it, and then Jade and Naomi just kind of came out and just started up some crap. So
interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Like that's a good point, dude. I don't know. Like it's definitely like I'm going the predictable route, but you're going the non-predictable route. So
right.
I like that.
Right.
So we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu, and this is for the United States Championship. Who do you have?
Oh yeah, man. I think this is gonna be I think this is gonna be a really good match. I love the potential of Jacob Fatu. He's definitely one of the rising stars in the company. At the same time, LA Knight is going to. This match is going to tell me a lot, honestly. And
right.
I'm going to go both ways here because if LA Knight loses this match, the only thing I can think of is that the company's finally ready to like start really seriously putting him into like world championship matches.
Right. They should.
That's the only way. That's the only direction for him at this point, right?
Right.
He can only go up. And that's the only way it makes sense for me for him to lose this match. If they just feel more comfortable with him just having a long U.S. title reign, then he can win.
Right.
But I would not be surprised if Jacob wins this match. They're really putting the rocket on him.
Definitely.
And I could really see this going either way. I really do. I guess this is one of these things we'll have to see what happens. Yeah.
Exactly. And you know what? I feel the same. So the thing is, for me, Jacob Fatu, he is outstanding. He can go in the ring. He is great on the mic. Over the years, I heard about Jacob Fatu, but I wasn't really familiar until he joined WWE. Back in, I guess, whatever, was that August of last year? Around that time. So
he was like an indie guy for a while, yeah.
Right. So I mean, he is amazing. So I could see WWE or having Jacob win this match, but then also I think of LA Knight. Yes, this is his second title reign with the US Championship. And the first time, when he lost that match against Nakamura, that was just horrible. And I thought it was just not the best decision because now he has the title back. So, what I'm thinking of the storyline. I'm thinking that LA Knight's going to win. I'm thinking that maybe Solo is going to get involved and cause
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu the match. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah, I can see that happening. Yeah, that's a definite good point.
Because
Yeah.
they've been having like this, tension, going back and forth, the last couple of months. So I'm going to go with LA
True,
Knight.
true.
But like you said, if Jacob does win, then maybe it would be time to put LA Knight in the main event. But I think right now, I know they have like a lot of people, in the main event. So I don't see them pushing LA Knight right
Yeah.
now. But I think they should, but I don't see that.
Yeah, I'll go with LA Knight too. I think
Okay.
that's just the way I'll go. But
We
but
shall see.
I'm telling you right. But I'm telling you right now, I would not be surprised if these two compete again at another point in their careers for a
Right.
bigger championship because I think both of these guys will be competing for the championship at some point.
They have to. They have to. They are both great.
Yeah, so,
They are both great and
yeah,
just entertaining.
for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. What
Yeah.
everybody's saying. LA Knight.
Wow, you
Okay.
really got that down.
Shut up. Okay, so Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair, and this is for the women's championship. Who do you have?
This is the feisty mama match.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, lots of tensions here. Lots of anger going on between
Yep.
these two ladies. Listen, man, I like. There's just no other outcome. You got to give Tiffy this match here. I mean, I don't even think it's going to be a long match. I think it's going to be pretty quick. It just seems like there's a lot of tension going on here.
Right.
There's even like talks happening, like this might be it for Charlotte.
Really?
Because apparently she's having a lot of beef with not just Tiffy, but a lot of ladies back there. So I don't know, man. I just think this is just a match that just needs to end pretty quickly. I think Tiffy's the obvious winner here because this is like the Jey Uso situation, right?
Okay.
Like if Tiffy loses this match to an aging Charlotte,
right,
that is causing problems, then where do you go with Tiffy from here? She's the one that's supposed to be like, the next big star, right?
Right. True.
Charlotte's had her time. She's had her days. This should be a moment where Charlotte is putting somebody over.
100%.
Not tearing somebody down, especially with the talent of Tiffy. And does Tiffy need to improve? And does she still need to work on her mic skills and whatnot? Yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
But she's still young and she has a lot of potential. I just think it would be a really bad move to make Charlotte win this match. So I'm going Tiffy all the way here. Absolutely.
Right. Yes, I agree. Tiffany needs to win, and she has to win. There's no need for Charlotte to win this match, and also the fact that with Charlotte, she is one of the best in the ring. She can really go. She can really go. But the issue that a lot of fans have with Charlotte is she will leave the WWE for a few months, because she has something going on or she's injured, and then she returns and they push her back into the title picture. And so you're over pushing this wrestler and people get annoyed. And there's been so many cases when she is gone for like maybe 5 to 6 months or whatever, and then she returns and wins the championship. It's just ridiculous. So Tiffany has to win.
Yeah, because you know what? I mean, you just can't keep doing this with Charlotte because the fans are out. They're just sick of it, and it's like I understand that she's one of the greatest female wrestlers.
Definitely.
She's had, she's had her moments, but there's a lot of talented young ladies on this roster, and you got to start letting some people shine here. So. She needs to put her ego aside a little bit, and she's got to let Tiffany win this match. Like there's just no other way about it.
100%. 100%. Okay, so now we have the main event. This is a triple threat match. Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Who do you think's going to win this match?
Yeah, so I think this is going to be a great match. I think it's going to be a
Yes.
long match. I think it's going to be like in the half-hour range, something like that. It's going to be like one of those epic, just WrestleMania type matches.
Right.
One thing for sure, I can tell you, CM Punk ain't winning this match. That's for sure.
Okay.
He's definitely like out of these three guys, he's definitely the one getting screwed the most.
Okay.
Because I know that there's definitely going to be a Paul Heyman angle here somewhere.
Yeah, he's good.
And my prediction, and along with other people's predictions I've seen out there, is he's going to go with Seth. So he's going to do like that double swerve.
Okay.
And he's going to go with Seth. So I would not be surprised if that happens. But listen, the main events in WrestleManias have always been a little bit unpredictable, right?
Right. True.
I have no idea what could happen in this match. I do think Seth will win because I do think out of the three guys, I do think Seth needs it the most.
Okay.
And I think especially if he does align with Paul, then you can really build some great stuff with him.
100%.
But yeah, so that's my take on that.
100%. You know what? With this one, I am not sure. So originally, I was going with Rollins. I was like, you know what? I think that they're going to give this to Rollins because he's kind of been like the third wheel until like recently, like the last 2 weeks. So that's why I'm not sure. But the thing for me, because Rollins from Monday Night Raw, he was the one that was standing tall. And CM Punk and Roman, they were knocked out. So that's why I'm not sure if Rollins will win, but he was my original pick. So I'm thinking either CM Punk, it's either going to be CM Punk or Rollins. That's what I'm going to go with. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I could see Punk coming out. I could see that, but we shall see.
Yeah. If this was just like a straight up triple threat, I would definitely agree with you on that, especially with Punk. But I just know Paul's going to get involved in this.
I mean, he's going to, yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some trickery going on here. So
definitely,
that's why I think Seth's going to take it.
I could see that. I could see that. We shall see. We shall see. But ladies and gentlemen, that is WrestleMania Night 1. Please check out our predictions video for WrestleMania Part 2. Take care and have a good one. And please let us know, what are your predictions?
Sounds good.
Woo!